Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Friday night live stream Q&A from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my very best to get them answered. We'll go through the news. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about cryptocurrencies, and I'm going to move a lot of crypto around tonight, so you can get your feeling, get your sea legs on how this happens. That was a mouthful. Let's jump in. All right, so I'm here on Friday night, and it's pretty exciting. Bitcoin broke 10,000 yesterday, and it's off its highs a little bit right now, but it's kind of been flirting with 10 most of the day. Briefly went up again over 10 and then back down again. So I'm sure there's a lot of people here that are interested in the investment side of it, but those of you who join me on a regular basis know that I try to be more of a how-to guy and a troubleshooting guy and help you with your issues. So I'm probably not going to take any questions if you like say stuff like, "Have you heard of Coin X?" or "What do you think about Coin X?" and that kind of stuff. That's really not my forte. So I'm having trouble moving Bitcoin from one wallet to another. That's my thing. So anyway, let's go through the news. Let's do this guy here. Boobity boo. Yeah. So I'm hoping that you guys can see everything okay. I decided to go with a 4K configuration tonight. I think because I've got most of my browser screen blown up, you should be able to read everything. I found that it works pretty well with my phone because the new version of my phone software for my screen sharing is like a 4K version. So I noticed it the other day that the phone is pretty big. So anyway, before we buy some Bitcoin and I show you how to move it around, I'm going to go through the news. Now I noticed this story off the bat. 9 reasons why Bitcoin has never been stronger going into a halving. And I kind of emailed it to myself and everything. And then after I looked at it, I realized that it's not really an article. It's more like, listen to this podcast kind of thing. But there's a link to it down in the description if you want to check it out. But these bullet points here are pretty interesting. Now, before we go too much further with the live stream, I would like to point out, please check out the description below where you'll see my affiliate links. If you're interested in any of these things that I believe in and that I use on a daily basis, I would ask you humbly to use my affiliate link if you're going to check these things out. There's no obligation. But the crypto.com, Ledger, I've got a Ledger affiliate link here, and Ledger, you can get Ledgers cheap if you buy them in bulk. Check out the family packs in the bundle section. The Brave browser, which is totally free to download, blocks ads and tracking by default. I've got my links for Binance and Coinbase here, so check those out. I think we both benefit when you use these links. Check me out on LBRY. I got a link to that. There's a link to some privacy tools here, and then there's a bunch of links to the news stories that I'm going to talk about. And before we go into those, let me just point out to those of you who haven't done it yet, please, if you're waiting, you haven't received your stimulus check yet, then you should check out this site because if they don't have your bank account information, you can go online here to this Get My Payment, and you just fill in. They'll ask you a few questions about your last tax return, whether it was 2019 or 2018. You'll need the adjusted gross income amount and the refund and or payment amount, and then you'll just punch in your bank account information, and then the IRS will have your bank account so that they can just direct deposit the stimulus check into your bank account rather than having to wait for a paper check. I know it's a little bit late in the game because I think some of the paper checks have already started to go out. But if you're still waiting, double check this. My public service announcement for tonight. All right, so where is my mouse? Okay, so back to this. The price action of Bitcoin has been good over the last, coming into the halving, right? We were broke 10,000 early this year in February, and then we had the COVID crash, which pulled down stocks, gold, Bitcoin, just about everything. It was a liquidity crunch, a panic. But since that March 12th low, Bitcoin has ground its way back and just broke 10,000. So price action's looking good. Hash rate is high. Hash rate is the amount of the hashing power of all the miners put together, right? And that increases with time, right? And it's never been better, right? That stands to reason, right? But the more miners, the more hash power, the more hash rate. We got more miners in competition for Bitcoin, especially after the halving, because the rewards will be less, so they'll be fighting over less, right? It gets more intense. Bitcoin is much more accessible than it was in 2017. Much easier to get your hands on Bitcoin. I'm going to show you a few ways tonight. Infrastructure, there's a lot of companies and services that are available. The guts of the system are much more robust than they were in 2017. There's a lot of exchanges out there. There's a lot of wallets out there. And it's a pretty robust system. Institutional awareness and participation. Some big players are getting into cryptocurrency, whether through futures or ETFs. I don't think there are any in the US yet. There's a lot of applications that have been denied by the SEC. But I believe there are some ETFs in some other countries. I can't think of specific examples at the moment. Narrative relevance, right? When Bitcoin hit its all-time high in 2017, there were a lot of naysayers. There were a lot of Bitcoin bashers, and there were a lot of people that really weren't that informed, that didn't know who to believe. Is it, the next best thing, next greatest thing, or is it, has no value, rat poison, that kind of stuff. So there was a lot of naysayers. Well, Bitcoin survived the 2017 crypto winter, 2017-2018, and it's still around, and there's still people that believe in it. And a lot of these naysayers have sort of faded. They've got other things to worry about. And, how many times can you say Bitcoin is only used by criminals and it has no intrinsic value and that kind of stuff? And yet you can still buy Bitcoin. It's still worth, $9,000, $10,000. Anyway, so the narrative of Bitcoin is stronger now, right? When you hear about Bitcoin, you take it seriously. Perceived and real resilience, right? I've kind of been talking about that. And Lindy effect. I don't know what Lindy effects are, so maybe you should watch this thing, right? Be pretty cool. All right, and next we'll go first mover search interest in Bitcoin halving reaches fever pitch as price hits 10K. This is a pretty timely article, just came out today. So of course, they measure interest in Bitcoin by the amount of searches on Google, and that's all, that's all recorded. So Google can report how many people have searched for Bitcoin, and I believe they publish that information. So it's gone up, right? A lot of people are interested in Bitcoin, and you can tell because they're searching for Bitcoin on Google, right? So check out this article. And of course now, because of the coronavirus situation and the Federal Reserve and reserve banks all over the world trying to prop up the economy, they've been pumping billions and trillions of dollars into the economy. So there is very real concern about inflation inflation period and runaway inflation for people that might be a little more alarmist. And, you know, lurking in the shadows and on the fringes, there's the ever popular conspiracy theory that the entire system is about to collapse, right? That fiat will die, you know. But really, you know, the mainstream worry, there's a lot of mainstream people out there that are worried about inflation due to all of this money being pumped in the economy. And Bitcoin is a hedge on inflation. And you might want to check out this article. It's by Paul, it's not by him, but Paul Tudor Jones is a global hedge fund industry figure who's heavy into Bitcoin, and he's claiming that it's a hedge against inflation, right? So a lot of, you know, that's a heavy, heavy thing. You know, they weren't saying this kind of stuff back in 2017. No hedge fund managers were pumping Bitcoin back then. Okay, and now this is a very interesting story about the crypto adoption in India. If you've been following cryptocurrency since 2017 and the news coming out of India, the market was swooning and peaking on India, you know, because early on in 2017, India was declaring crypto illegal and that kind of stuff. They never really did it. You know, they talked about it, and I believe that they said that they never passed the law saying it was illegal, but banks were decided not to fund or deal with cryptocurrency exchanges or any companies involved in cryptocurrency. So it was difficult to buy, made it difficult to buy, but I'm sure people were buying it anyway. And then not too long ago, maybe within the last year or so, the Supreme Court of India had a decision that the banks, it was illegal for the banks to do that, that, you know, that I don't know all the details, but the banks, or the Supreme Court of India declared that no, crypto is not illegal, and you shouldn't be like telling people that they can't buy crypto and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyway, and they told the banks, hey, you're going to have to like step up and start, you know, dealing with these exchanges. They're legitimate businesses, something like that. And then the banks kind of said, okay, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But so there's a lot of back and forth as to, you know, how Bitcoin and cryptocurrency are doing in India. And so this is a pretty in-depth article that talks about all of these issues and how it looks like that, you know, I mean, because think about how many people are in India, and, you know, and they're sharp people. You know, I'm not trying to be, you know, categorize people, but I mean, in general, when you think about people in India, you know, you think about, you know, computer programmers, you know, and, you know, just smart tech savvy people. And so, of course, they're going to be into cryptocurrency, just like over in Asia, you know. This is a developing story, and, you know, we're going to probably see some good news coming out of India, which will kind of open the floodgates. COINSTAR plans massive expansion of... Oh, wait a minute. That's not part of my thing. Oh, yeah. This is about Bitcoin ATMs. There's more and more Bitcoin ATMs going up. More and more people using these Bitcoin ATMs. I'm not a big fan of them because they charge a premium. And it used to be there was a trade-off, right? There was a premium, but they were relatively anonymous, right? I don't know, there may have been cameras in some of the stores, but now most of these Bitcoin ATMs require KYC, right? They make you scan your ID and pose for a selfie and all this stuff. So they're really not that, you know, there's not a lot of advantage to using Bitcoin ATM if you're looking for anonymity, right? Or ease of use or whatever. But, you know, that's a big thing. You know, people are walking around and they see a Bitcoin ATM and their interest is piqued, and hey, what's Bitcoin? And I can buy it right here with, I just put in a 20, you know, I'll get some Bitcoin in my wallet, on my phone or whatever. So this is good news for Bitcoin too. A lot of Bitcoin ATMs going up, right? So good stuff. And I may be just talking to myself. I better see if there's anybody here with me. Let's pop out. Oh my God, there's a lot of people talking. They're probably asking questions. All right, I tried to rip through that. We're only 15 minutes into this thing, so I'm going to try to move around a lot of crypto tonight. But I would like to say hello to everyone who's here. I do see you. I am trying to read your comments. Don't freak out if I don't answer your question right away. I'm trying the best I can. So anyway, Scott Lee was here first and foremost. Thank you, Scott Lee. Once again, you've been my faithful advocate and supporter for as long as I can remember. So once again, a hearty thank you to Scott, who is almost always in the live stream on Friday and Tuesday, and always commenting when I post videos. So I'm just happy you're here, Scott. AJ, thank you for your presence here tonight and your shout out. Cool Cat is here. Buddy Love, hello. Daniel Westra, KG Dubia 79. What's the best GPU for SHA 256? That's a tough one. There's a big NVIDIA or AMD Radeon. It's kind of a Coke or Pepsi thing. There's advantages to both, depending on what you're trying to mine and that kind of stuff. So that's a crazy, I can't really, whoa, that's a rabbit hole. Anyway, Paul B is here. I'm the man. Thank you. Enjoy my life. I will. Thank you so much. You're one of the reasons I enjoy my life so much. Sean, hello. Just link my Uphold account to my Brave browser. How do you send the bat from the Brave browser to my Uphold account? Thanks for your time. It does it automatically once you get it. Like the first time you do Brave rewards and then you say withdraw funds, it's going to ask you to link to your Uphold wallet. And then once you've, I forgot to say remember me, whatever. Once you've done that, right, then once you've set up your Brave browser card, right, you can see I have different, they treat accounts like cards. It's kind of interesting, kind of graphical. So once you've done that once, and you've done that withdraw and set up Uphold and the link, it goes automatically every month. So like that amount right there, if we go to activity, I think this is, yeah, this might not be the right one. Let me go back here. Because I have one where I get tips from people. Brave payments, I think that's this one, if I'm not mistaken. God, I don't know anymore. It's hard because I withdraw that occasionally, and I can show you how that works too. I get YouTube rewards. I think those are the, yeah, I don't know. I guess Brave browser is the browser. Yeah. Oh, the activity is getting all of it. But anyway, so like when you go to Brave browser and you hit withdraw funds, you'll see that it links me to the account, just opens up my Uphold. And like every month when these rewards get claimed, let's go back. Let's open another tab. Let's close these other tabs. I think at some point it'll say claim your tokens for the month. I think mine is on the 8th, but I think the 8th is come and gone. But so I guess, I don't know if it's doing it automatically now. But generally, once they're claimed and they're in this wallet, they will automatically go over to your Uphold account automatically. Just kind of keep an eye on it. It should, because you'll notice when I hit withdraw, it just opens up Uphold. But there's no like, okay, move 20 of your 30. It doesn't work like that. It just like sucks it. They're just linked now, right? The money in my browser is in my Uphold account, and I can withdraw this if I want to. So we can do that a little bit tonight if we want to. Let me just say hello. Sean, Rex, you just did a video this week about exactly that. It was very simple and informative. Yeah, I just wanted to point out, check out my channel. and my videos. I did a video on the Crypto.com BTC halving event. I did how to restore Bitcoin to your Ledger Live if you install Ledger Live clean from on a crashed computer or a new computer. How to buy Bitcoin on Coinbase. 4 easy ways to buy Bitcoin. Ledger Live is now supporting Stellar. There's a new Daedalus wallet, Crypto.com, dollar fiat withdrawals. So a lot of exciting stuff covered in my videos. So yeah, check out my latest videos. Got I don't know where I'm not there. There's a record somewhere of how many videos that I've posted on the YouTube channel. I think it's like 400 plus now, if I'm not mistaken. So I've been doing this like 3 years now. So a lot of videos out there for you. And most of them are still relevant, right? Even the one I did in 2017 about Tor is still kind of relevant. Anyway, so let's go down a little more here. So cool. Live in France. Hey, Chris, good to have you. Unusual time to be up, but it's a good time. So, Chris, if you're in France and this is an inconvenient time, I do one on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure what time that is in France, but that might be a better time for you. I don't know. It might be in your afternoon or evening. I don't know. So check that one out. That's the Bitcoin Basics one. Search CryptoDad and Uphold should pop up. I've done quite a few Uphold and Brave browser videos, yeah. Post halving BTC to 11K, then watch the dump. Could happen, Scott. It happened to Litecoin. We know. EKS is here. Hello. Or someone's, Scott's talking to him. Oh, God. Okay. Okay, EKS, famous hedge fund manager, is a hedge against great monetary inflation, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're talking about that. EKS, well, you're like dropping a lot. News has spiked the popular crypto to a no post-crash high. Okay, good. Throw in some headlines there, EKS. Cool cat. Give us some websites for crypto info to check, news, etc. Okay, before I jump into moving crypto around, before we lose too much time pattering around, these are great sites. CoinDesk. CoinDesk is a great website for crypto news. I usually grab a few stories from CoinDesk every week. And then the other one is, let's see, crypto news. Cointelegraph is another good one for pretty timely Bitcoin cryptocurrency news, industry news, that kind of stuff. And of course, if you want to check the latest price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, you would want to go to, where's price charts? There we go. Oh, I'm in 4K. See, now all my browser links are where they're supposed to be. Okay, I hope you guys you can see the screen okay. Let me make sure this is, let's pop this up to 150, right? All right, so yeah, Bitcoin's at 98.56 right now, a little off its highs. So, and then you can dive into any of these on CoinMarketCap and look at the website, the charts. You can change from 7-day, 1 month, 3 month. You can go to markets down here. I think. Oh, another one is CoinGecko, which is also pretty good. Oh, I drop this in there. So these are all sites that I frequent on a regular basis. So on CoinGecko, you can search your coin, like CRO. Let's say you want to know about CRO, Crypto.com coin. They'll tell you all about it. They'll give you a link to their website. If you want to check out their website, they'll tell you what markets carry their tokens, that kind of stuff. So yeah, those are great things to do. By the way, Crypto.com is having a Bitcoin halving event on May 12th, on the halving day, so to speak. And I've got a link to that down in the description below If you're never done a syndicate event, it's kind of a pool where, you know, you jump in and you put in some CRO. You'll have to buy some CRO, have it ready to go. You contribute CRO tokens to this pool, and then at the end of the event, they take the total amount and they figure out what percentage everyone put in, right? The more you put in, the bigger your share of the pool. And then they buy a coin. Well, whether it's, they've done a lot of them. Let's follow that link there. Yeah, here we go. They've done a lot of them, and then they're going to give you the coin at a discount. And usually whoever's involved in the coin will, help. You know, it's a partnership, right? So they end up giving some of the coins. I don't know who pays for all this. Somebody pays for it, right? But yeah, and like I said, they've done VET, they've done ETH, they've done Bitcoin Cash, Tezos, Chainlink. They've done a lot of these events, right? But they decided for Bitcoin to do the halving event with Bitcoin. Now, unfortunately, you have to be in you cannot be in the U.S., China, or Hong Kong to participate. So you'd have to be in another country other than those three in order to sign up for their exchange and participate in these halving events, right? If you've already got a Crypto.com account, you can link it to your exchange, but I'm assuming they're two separate spaces. But unfortunately, we can't do that in the US. But that video I posted the other day on this is doing pretty well. All right, so let's move some crypto. We talked about crypto. I don't want to go too far without buying some crypto, right? We want to get the wheels in motion, right? So how do we buy crypto, right? How do you buy Bitcoin? I want Bitcoin. How do I buy it, right? So the first way I'll show you is right on your phone. We'll go ahead and do Crypto.com. Now, the reason I'm doing Crypto.com is because for the next, we're into it now, but they waived credit card and ATM fees for the COVID situation, right? They've waived. You can use your debit card with no fees at all. So it's basically you spend 50, you get 50. There's no fees taken out. So how do I do that? So I'm at their home screen. Let's hit trade. Let's hit buy. And I want to buy some Bitcoin. And the first option there is credit card. And I have my ATM card in there. Now you could use crypto wallet. If I already had, like you see, I've got some MCO there. Or I've got some Crypto.com coin there. And I've got enough to buy, a few $100 worth of Bitcoin. But I could do that, right? Just trade on the exchange because it is an exchange. I could fund it from my bank account with the fiat wallet, but I need to move some money from my bank into this fiat wallet, and that takes a couple of days, right? But the credit card option is right away, right? Okay, I want to buy some Bitcoin right now, and I've got my debit card linked to this. It's not that difficult to link your debit card up to this, right? I'm not going to buy 0.05 Bitcoin. I'll just buy 50. So I think that's 0.006. That's 59. Let's do 0.005, right? That's about 50. Yeah, because we're right about at 10,000, so we can just divide by 10. For a lot of our calculations, they're much easier because everything's it's like 10 is the lucky number of our decimal system. So let's hit buy BTC. Let's hit confirm there. And it's going to want my, Demetria, 2 boxes ready to go. Cool. All right, it's going to go to my bank. It's going to verify all this. Like I said, I believe the first time I did this, I had to call my bank, right? And explain to them what I was doing. And then they're like, okay, we get it, right? So now I don't have to do that, right? So now if we look at accounts, we can see there that there's Bitcoin, right? 49.20. The prices fluctuate. I'm not going to quibble over a few 50, 60 cents, right? Should have been exactly 50 worth of Bitcoin, but who knows? I got 0.005 Bitcoin. Maybe that wasn't quite exactly 50 anyway. So there we go. I just bought some Bitcoin. All right, so what am I going to do with it? I could just leave it in my crypto.com account if I want to. But maybe I'll do something else with it. Maybe I'll move it. Maybe I'll put it in my own wallet. Maybe I'll move it to a different exchange so that I could buy some altcoin that is not carried on crypto.com. Although they do carry quite a few coins. So if I just wanted to buy straight up altcoin, um, let's say I wanted to buy some Tezos, I could do that directly the same way I just bought the Bitcoin with my ATM card. That's pretty easy, right? And you can link credit cards to this too. So that's an easy peasy way to buy Bitcoin and some other altcoins, right? Now we're going to move this in a minute, but I want to show you another easy peasy way to buy Bitcoin with your phone, right? So let's hit this. Let's go over to Cash App. Now the Cash App has been around a while. Easy way to send money back and forth between friends. Very easy. US dollars. But it also can be used to buy and store Bitcoin. You can even receive Bitcoin. Like if someone wants to send you Bitcoin, you can give them the Bitcoin address of your Cash App. Now it's a hot wallet though, just like crypto.com. You don't control the private keys. But it is an on-ramp, right? It's an easy way to buy Bitcoin. So let's go down to that squiggly line, and you can buy stocks or Bitcoin. We're not going to buy stocks. We're going to buy Bitcoin. So I'll just hit the little buy button there, and I'll buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. I'll hit next, right? And they're going to break it down. You see I'm paying a fee. It's $1.13 for $50 worth of Bitcoin. So I'm coming up a little bit short. What is it? It's not quite 0.005 Bitcoin either. It's 0.0049616 BTC. All right, so there are slight differences, right? Crypto.com was waiving fees. So I did that one first. So we'll hit confirm here. And I don't know if it's going to need my Face ID. Nope, it didn't. I think it grabbed it at some point. All right, so there. I just bought 0.0049616 Bitcoin, right? And then if I go down to the home screen, which is down at the bottom, it looks like a little bank building. You can see that there's zero cash in the account. But I can tap the little Bitcoin, and then it shows me how much Bitcoin I'm holding right now. And as you can see down there below, I've got deposit Bitcoin and withdraw Bitcoin. So why would you want to deposit Bitcoin, right? Does that make sense to you? It does make sense, right? And the reason why, in the past, I've deposited Bitcoin. I remember one time I wanted to pay something, and they would only accept my bank account. It was a credit card or the IRS, either one, right? If you go to try to pay your credit card, have you ever tried to go and pay your credit card bill with another credit card? It doesn't work that way, right? They want a real bank account attached or a check, right? They're not going to let you use a different credit card to pay that credit card. Or the IRS, right? You can't pay the IRS with a credit card. You have to pay the IRS with a check or a bank transfer. So I needed money in my bank right then. And I didn't have that money in my bank. I had money in the bank, but it was for paying bills and stuff. But I had Bitcoin. So what I did was I deposited Bitcoin in my a Cash App. It's pretty easy, right? I just transferred about $600 worth of Bitcoin into my Cash App, and then I sold it. I went over here and I said, I want to sell my Bitcoin. I sold my Bitcoin back to Cash App. I'm not going to do it now because I just bought it from Cash App. But then, after I did that, I had a cash balance. I had like $600 cash balance in my... And the cool thing about that was I could cash out. It's zero now. I was able to cash out and instantly transfer it into my bank account so that I could pay the IRS out of my bank account, right? I was able to liquidate the Bitcoin in an easy, quick, convenient way by using the Cash App. It's pretty cool, right? If I can do the same thing with Coinbase, but it takes a few days for it to clear, right? All right, so those are phone-based ways to buy Bitcoin. How about internet or browser-based ways to buy Bitcoin? So let's go over here. Now, I could go to Coinbase, and I get myself signed into Coinbase, and I could enter my two-factor authentication for Coinbase and hit verify. All right, and now I'm logged into my account. There's a balance in here. That's cool. I think I got some referral bonuses. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so I did. I got like a $10 Bitcoin referral. I guess that was today or whatever. All right, but that's enough, right? Let's do a little withdrawal from Coinbase. But what if I just walked on or just logged into Coinbase and wanted to buy Bitcoin? Easy, right? You set up a Coinbase account, give them your email, set up a password, you've got an account, right? Now that you've got an account, you want to buy some Bitcoin, you need to connect your bank account or credit card. You're going to need to verify your ID. There's a process. You'll like hold up your ID to your webcam or scan a copy of your driver's license. You verify your ID in Coinbase. You didn't have to in the past, but you do now, right? So after you've done that, now you're all set up. You've got your bank account connected to your Coinbase account. So when you go to trade, whoops, I clicked that by accident. We get Brave swag. That's cool. Actually, I'm wearing Brave swag. Isn't that cool? Basic attention token. That's cool stuff. All right, so I'm not advertising Brave swag. Just have some. All right, so I accidentally clicked that ad. Buy Bitcoin and pay with US dollars. That is the most basic of all things people want. They're like, okay, I want Bitcoin. How do I get it? Right? I got to get it. How do I get it? Right? Well, you buy it with dollars. And you have to buy it with dollars on these on-ramps, right? Like Crypto.com and the Cash App. I have already connected my ATM card to those accounts. And that's not that hard either. You just put in you do it all the time when you set up Amazon accounts or eBay accounts or any online account where you put in your credit card. That's like, everybody does that. I remember back in the late 90s, I was buying stuff on the internet, and there were people walking around going, I would never buy anything on the internet. They'd steal all your money. They'd get your bank account information and take all your money. You'd have to be crazy to buy anything on the internet. Well, that's a thing of the past, right? We've all bought things on the internet. It's not a big deal, right? So you go to Coinbase, you set up an account, you verify your ID, you connect your bank account in their interface, you just punch in your bank account. Basically, you'll link into whatever bank you'll sign into your online banking through Coinbase. And now that I've got my bank account, I could also link my debit card. So the debit card option is quicker and faster, right? You get your money right away. You'll buy Bitcoin instantly, and then you'll have it in your Coinbase account. Now, I'm not going to do it because if you'll notice, let's preview this buy. Their rate is pretty high, right? They're going to charge me $2 to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. They don't even say, what is that? Oh, I've already got some Bitcoin, right? But they're not telling me exactly how. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. 0.0048 Bitcoin, right? I'm not going to do, because they take it out. Like if you say you want 50, they're going to take out the fee and only give you $48 worth, right? So if you really want $50 worth of Bitcoin, then you should say, okay, I'll buy 52. Then you'll get your $50 worth, I guess. Oh, if once I got over 50, the fee went up, right? That's pretty sad. All right, so we're not going to do that, but that's an easy, quick way to buy Bitcoin, right? So we talked about the 3 ways of Bitcoin, Crypto.com, Cash App, and Coinbase, right? And the same thing goes for Binance US. You can link your bank account to Binance US and do the same thing. You can buy Bitcoin with US dollars, right? Slightly different, but pretty much the same. You verify your ID and you connect your bank account, and there you go. All right, so let's move some Bitcoin. Somebody asked me, hey, how do I move Bitcoin, uh, how do I withdraw Bitcoin from crypto.com into my Binance account? Now that was and that's kind of an interesting. I like to put it in my own wallet, but you might want to do that because you're looking for altcoin X, right? And that altcoin X is not available on crypto.com. So how do I move my Bitcoin that I have in my crypto.com account into an exchange? So why don't we do that, right? So I'm logged into my now this is the Binance account. Now even though I'm in the US, I can still use Binance. But I'm not a verified account, right? They have I've got two-factor enabled. They've got my email and everything, but I'm a first tier customer, so I have limits, right? I don't see where you see. I'm an unverified person. So I can only withdraw certain, but in my case, I'm only going to move around, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there. I'm not, moving, 50 grand worth of Bitcoin in and out. So I can still use Binance. And there's a lot of coins on Binance that you can't get on Binance US, right? So let's go ahead and let's see, where's there? We go to wallet, we go to our spot wallet. I think we could have done it from that first interface too. I'm going to show all of this. Here's BTC. I'm going to make a BTC deposit. Nothing could be simpler. All right, so I'm depositing BTC. Let's show the QR code. That's the address of my Binance account. I want to put some Bitcoin in there. How am I going to do that? Well, let's go over to crypto.com. Let's open up crypto.com and let's put it over here. Yeah. How's that? That's better. All right, so I got some Bitcoin in crypto.com. All right, let's move it into our Binance account. So how do I do that? Well, there's the address of my Binance account. If I'm going to move Bitcoin from one place to another, all I need is an address. You can see the address down there below. It looks kind of weird. 1MP6FZ, blah, blah, blah. It's just kind of a weird formatted address. But it's just like my home address, right? If you're like in first or second grade and you see an address, it's like, what is that? I don't get it. It's all these numbers and names. But you and I, as adults, we look at an address and we go, oh yeah, 1313 Mockingbird Lane, Los Angeles, California, 90412. That's an address, right? That's where I send letters and bills and, checks and stuff, right? That we see an address and we know what it is. Here we go. Same thing. Bitcoin has an address. So the Bitcoin account on my Binance has an address, right? And I look at that and I say, hey, that's a Bitcoin address. I recognize that right away. It's not an Ethereum address. It's not a Litecoin address. It's a Bitcoin address. Anyway. All right. So now what are we going to do? How do we move our Bitcoin? Let's hit transfer. Now, you got to keep it straight what you're doing in your head, right? I'm not depositing Bitcoin into my crypto.com account. It's already in my crypto.com. I want to withdraw from my crypto.com account and send it to my Binance account, right? So I'm doing a withdraw on the, the source. I'm going to withdraw from the source and send to the destination. Now it's going to be an external wallet. Now, I have never sent to this address before, so I'm going to need to whitelist. A lot of exchanges are like this. Gemini is like this. You can't send to an address until you've whitelisted it. You've verified it. So I'm going to hit the plus. And now I've got a little icon there. It's like that QR code. I'm going to tap that on my phone. Right? It opens up my camera, and I'll scan in that Bitcoin address, and there's the address. And we'll just call this one Binance. All right, just so I know what it is. And then I'll hit continue. Now I need my two-factor authentication. You should always have your two-factor authentication enabled. Right? I'm just going to tap that code and then I'm going to just slide back to crypto.com and paste it in. Now, they've got the two-factor security code. Ugh. What? All right. Let's see. Let's look for it if it's already whitelisted. 1MP6. Wow. Okay. Must have been a long time ago. Wow. There it is, right down there, all the way at the bottom. I did whitelist it a long time ago. It never changes, right? Whatever address you've been issued on a cryptocurrency exchange account pretty much stays the same, as far I guess. All right. So let's just eyeball it and make sure it's the same address. I wouldn't want to send to the wrong address. 1MP6FZ, 1AZRX4, blah, 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 blah. We're good, right? I'm going to click Withdraw BTC. And I'm going to tap Max down there. I'm going to hit Withdraw. And one more time, it's going to ask for my two-factor, right? After my confirmation, it wants my two-factor. So I'm going to go back over to Google Authenticator, tap that code, copy it into my clipboard, and then I'll tap Paste so that I can make this withdrawal. There we go. Now, I think I got ganked for a little bit of withdrawal fee there. So you got to keep an eye on these fees, right? But in my, in so-and-so's case or my case, dude, I really want whatever flavonoid coin, right? The coin that I can only get on Binance. So I need to, and I can't put cash in my Binance account because I'm in the US and I can't link my bank account to the Binance exchange, right? I have to fund the account with crypto, and Bitcoin is the easiest way to do that. So there we go. Someone asked me that question in my comments earlier. How do I move crypto.com to Binance? There you go. That's it. And then we'll just kind of keep an eye on that. And then I'm going to move the Bitcoin that's in the Cash App into my own wallet. And I'll show you how to do that too, right? I want you guys to know how to move Bitcoin from one place to another. It's very important. If you're really going to wrap your head around what Bitcoin is, you need to learn how to move it from one place to another, right? Because the Bitcoin can move from one address on the blockchain to another address on the blockchain. That's how, that's the core of what it is, that you can move it from one place to another, right? I was told a long time in computer science. I'm a computer science major. I was told in computer science that what is it that computers can only do 3 things? And if I can remember what they are, a computer can check a number and tell you if it's 0 or not. Right? A computer can move data from one address in memory to a different address in memory. And then there was that third, I can't remember what the third thing is. But from those 3 basic building blocks, we get computing technology. Checking a number, whether it's 0 or not. That's like a decision process, right? And then, anyway, I won't go too far into that. That's down the rabbit hole. But that idea of being able to move data from one address in memory to another address in memory, which is fundamental to the way computers work, is also fundamental to the way Bitcoin works on the blockchain, right? The ability to move value from one address to another safely and securely with cryptographic verification in a decentralized way. That's amazing, right? It's truly amazing. All right, so let me just troll my comments here real quick. Comment my trollers, check my trollers. Scott Lee, cool cat. Okay, it's purely a storage issue, not a security issue or backup. Do you have a video for getting into Nano S? I used to be able to, but not anymore. Queen Satoshi. I do have several videos on Ledger. Now, my suggestion, if you're having trouble getting into the Ledger Nano S, is to go download Ledger Live, right? Download Ledger Live to your computer, wherever it is. Oh, there it is, right there. I was looking at the picture. So download a copy of Ledger Live to your Windows machine. Don't use those Chrome apps anymore. Install it, run it, and then connect your Ledger device, and it will immediately, now that you've got the latest version of Ledger Live, right, it's going to recognize that maybe that Ledger Nano S is like a previous firmware. The firmware needs to be updated, so it'll help you with that. It'll walk you through that process, right? So don't connect your Ledger to like a 2-year-old version of a Chrome app, right? That's like not the best way to do it. And don't, if you've already got Ledger Live on your machine, don't just connect your device to an old version of Ledger Live, because then you'll be dealing with two things, right? It'll be telling you, ooh, you need to update your firmware and you need to update your Ledger Live, and it'll be freaky. So just make sure you've got the latest copy of Ledger Live first on your computer, then connect your device, and it'll take you through the steps to upgrade your firmware, and then you should be able to gain access to that Ledger Nano S, right? And we'll talk more about Ledger. I'll probably move some Bitcoin into my Ledger wallet. But I did kind of want to do a little Trezor tonight, since I don't do Trezor very often. So maybe we can move from Cash App to Trezor and then over to Ledger. We'll do that. That might be interesting. EKS. Hi Rex, I have a question on Daedalus Wallet. What's the spending password? Changed over to Mainnet Wallet. What was the spending I don't know. It was your password. All I know is they're forcing us to use spending passwords now. So you might be confused. It might be asking you to create one, and you're thinking it's asking you to give it one. I think what's happening when you ran the upgrade, it wants you to create a spending password, right? It's giving you two fields. It says enter password and confirm password. So it's just security. A spending password means that when you go to send Cardano out from the wallet, it requires a password, right? So like if somebody comes down and sits at your computer and there's no spending password, then they could transfer Cardano out. You don't want that, right? You want to control that wallet with a spending password. So they've added that. They force you to use that now in Daedalus. All right, boy, I'm like in the past here. Some exchanges have high fees. Yeah, like I said, you got to keep an eye on the fees, right? They'll say, well, we'll waive trading fees, but then you've got withdrawal fees, or we'll waive credit card purchases, but then you got trading fees, So there's all kinds of ways fees can get hidden, right? So be cognizant, and yes, they're going to charge you fees because they're providing you a service, right? If we could just get Bitcoin raw from a spigot, then we wouldn't have to worry. But because we have to get our hands on, either we're going to run a Bitcoin miner or in our house, or we're going to buy Bitcoin from somebody somewhere. And you can buy local Bitcoins or something like that, but then you got to trust somebody, and you got to go over and meet them, and it's better just to buy it online. And that's a service, right? They've got bills to pay. They got servers to maintain. So yeah, they charge fees, right? Nothing's free in this world. But if I bought 10, let's just say I bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin last month for $7,000 per Bitcoin, right? And I bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin, and they ganked me, right? They charged me $50. I'm just exaggerating here. I had to pay $50 to buy that Bitcoin in fees, right? So it cost me $7,050 to buy that $7,000 worth of Bitcoin. Well, now Bitcoin's worth $10,000, right? So my profits have already made up for that 50 that I lost. Don't think of it. I don't know. Money is a weird thing with people. But, when something is like, you want to get on the, what do you call it, the sled, the Santa sled, or you know, the moonshot vehicle or whatever, right? It's like you pay a premium, man, if you want to ride the rocket, right? I want to get on the rocket, so you got to buy a ticket, right? So yeah, there's gonna be some collateral fees involved, right? Just learn to accept that, but be prudent, right? Look for the exchanges that work best for you, price wise and convenience wise, and all that other good stuff, right? Perez, he did a huge Changelly trading platform. Suppose gives you the best option. We can do CoinSwitch later if we want. My understanding that if I am from Texas, I'm not able to use Binance. Do you know any exchanges that are good for buying rare ERC20 tokens? Well, Miroslava Giovi, you're asking me about buying a rare ERC20 token, and you do not have access to Binance. I say you might try setting up a Binance account with an email and a password, and don't go through the verification process, and then just use Binance the way I'm using it. I could be wrong, though. I had Binance back in the day, so maybe I've just like grandfathered in. Maybe they won't allow new people to set up a Binance account. But CoinSwitch Pro is also a good way to get those crazy ERC20 tokens that that are hard to find, right? Like, I think TNT. Yeah, Terion. Right? Let's like, wow, man, I've never heard of that. That's kind of a wild coin. How can I get my hands on that? Well, I've got Bitcoin, right? So let's say this would be kind of weird. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. I was thinking, okay, I've got like $10 worth of Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin do I have in here? Let's see. Overview. Whoops. Yeah, they logged me out. The bastards. All right, let's go back in. I don't think I can buy $10 worth. I don't know. It's just, I don't know if they would think it's worth it. Probably not. They probably got like a minimum. All right, so where are we? Portfolio. All right, so I've got 0.001 Bitcoin in my Coinbase account, which is not much. Right? 001. Will they let me do that? Oh my God, they will. Okay, so why don't we do that? All right, let's say, okay, I want to buy some TNT. Well, it's an ERC20 token. So let's go over to our Ethereum wallet. And I happen to have some in here. Right? But even if I didn't, I could just give it my Ethereum address. Receive. I don't have my device connected at the moment. That's the Ethereum address of this wallet. I'll just put that in here. Right? And then I'll click exchange, and they say, okay, send me some Bitcoin to this address. So we'll click there. We'll go back over to Coinbase. I can't believe I'm doing this with such a small amount. Now I'm going to send from Coinbase to CoinSwitch Pro, and I'm going to max it out. Will they let me do that? Oh my God. It's actually a little less than what I wanted. I'm a little worried about that. Let's go back here. Well, let's cancel this. Right? Let's try it again with 0.009. Will they let me do that? Oh my God, they're going to let me do that too. Okay, so we'll hit exchange. Whoops. I think oh no, it was already in there. Okay, the address is still there. All right, they're like, oh, we're waiting on 3 different transactions now. Okay, so there we go. There's the Bitcoin address. Let's go back to Coinbase. Oh, let's make sure that I think they gave a new Bitcoin address for that transaction, right? Yeah, I think that was a different one. All right, so let's hit continue. I need my two-factor for Coinbase. This is crazy, right? Can you, whoops. All right, there we go. So there we go. So it's easy to buy on Coinbase, right? You live in Texas. I think in Texas you can have a big Coinbase account, right? You open up your Coinbase account and you can send Bitcoin straight out of your exchange into CoinSwitch Pro. Now we'll wait a few minutes and it'll probably say, hey, we got the Bitcoin. It might take a while because it's from an exchange. So I'll leave this up here while I go through some of these other comments here. You've been having some trouble with Tron app on the ledger. I have too, and I was going to talk about this tonight. I'm still pissed about this. Every time I try to send Digibyte from my Atomic wallet to my Ledger Nano, it either says invalid address or please check address. Any idea why this keeps happening? It's probably an address format issue. You might want to check online to see if there's any Digibyte address converters. I don't know if Digibyte... maybe not. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why. Ledger, you're sending it from Atomic to Ledger. That's kind of weird. I think we had this problem before with Digibyte. I forget what I did. I think I had to send it to a different wallet. Oh, I can't think of what I did. Scott, you know, tell us. I don't remember. Had something to do with address formats. I think I sent my Digibyte to some other wallet first and then to Ledger. I think I sent I sent the Digibyte to Trust Wallet on my phone. Like if you have the Trust Wallet installed on your phone, it you can store Digibyte in the Trust Wallet. So perhaps try sending it to Trust Wallet. And if you can do that, then I think Trust Wallet can send it to Ledger. I think that's what I did. Now, of course, you're going to lose a little, you know, couple of fees here and there. But if you're trying to get it off your Atomic wallet, that might be the way to get it into Ledger. But like I said, that's I'm not really prepared to go down that rabbit hole right now. I think I did something like that. Whoops. Okay. It came, right? CoinSwitch Pro, we missed it, but it said they detected the Bitcoin transaction from Coinbase. They didn't know it was coming from Coinbase. They just knew that somebody sent them Bitcoin, right? That's all they really care about. So now that they've received that Bitcoin, they're willing to send that Tyrion token to my wallet, right? And I didn't have to sign up for an account. And even in Texas, this should work. And if it doesn't, you might there are ways around that too. You might try a VPN. But I don't think you would need a VPN to use CoinSwitch Pro. I don't think so. Now we talked about sending some Bitcoin over to my Trezor. So I'm going to disconnect my Ledger. I won't go into the Tron thing right at the moment. But the problem I'm having with Tron is that I had it frozen, and it was showing that it was frozen, and it was showing me that I was claiming rewards and everything was hunky-dory, and it told me how much Tron I had, and it was telling me how much it was worth, and then all of a sudden it says Tron balance 0. I'm like, huh? What? It's like showing me the balance of Tron as 0. And then I looked at the account and I could see that it saw that that I had my Tron frozen, but it wasn't giving me the value of the Tron. It wasn't like showing me that there was it was weird. And it just happened all of a sudden. I was like, what? So I deleted it, I added it. I can't get it to show. Anyway, we'll play with Tron in a minute. But let's go ahead and connect this guy. So we'll go to Crypto Trezor wallet. Right? So Trezor is a pretty cool little hardware wallet. Right? I've got it connected to my computer with a USB cable. And it's telling me I need to connect it. So I'm just going to tap it. And it wants me to enter my PIN. So let's do that. Ah. All right, let's try it again. The screen's kind of small, but it works, right? So I entered the PIN, and so it unlocks, and there now I'm in the Trezor wallet interface. And I'm not going to go through the firmware update right now. I think I tried, and I don't know what happened. I just wasn't too crazy about it, but I should. But I'm not going to, because I'm sure something will go wrong while we're doing this. All right, so there, I've got the Bitcoin account open. Right, it's the default. Right, there are other coins that you can use in the Trezor interface. Right, but we're gonna stick with Bitcoin. I'm gonna do a receive, and it says show me the full address. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay. Now they want me to check it on the Trezor to make sure that it's the correct address, right? We don't want a hacker to take over my web browser and tell me to send the Bitcoin to their address, right? So I'm going to verify on the device. It's there. Let's bring this camera over. Although this camera doesn't work that great for the Trezor. Whoops. Yeah. Whoops. But good enough, right? There's the address on the Trezor, right? There's the Trezor. There's the address. It matches. Okay, I'm happy. Oh, I gotta like tap a check, right? So I'm gonna check. All right, there we go. Now I'll copy that into my clipboard. All right, now, actually, no, I don't have to do that at all, right? I got a QR code right there. Oh, I gotta say hello to her. Okay, thank you. Period. Have a safe trip home. Driver's working tonight. All right. All right, let's turn this off so you can't see that blurry me over there. Jesus, what is going on? Oh. Sometimes I forget that I have two monitors. Okay, we turn that off. Now, let's take a look at our Cash App. Remember, we got some Bitcoin in there, right? So, Cash App. Let's go to Bitcoin. There's our Bitcoin that we bought earlier. We want to put it in our Trezor, right? So, in this case, we got to keep it straight in our head what we're doing. Cash App is the source. So, I'm withdrawing from the Cash App, and I'm sending it to the Trezor. Cash App is source, Trezor is the destination. The destination has an address. So I'm going to tap withdraw Bitcoin. And I got to type, they used to have a little slider for just maxing it out, but they don't. So I have to actually type this. 0.004983 96. All right, that's the max. Now the camera opens up, and I'm going to scan the QR code for the Trezor. Right, I'll confirm that that's the right address. I got to put in my PIN, so I'm going to move this phone over here while I do that. Oops. All right. I initiated the withdrawal. All is good. We'll hit done. And the Bitcoin is on its way to my Trezor. Right? So we'll keep an eye on that. All right. So let's check our Binance account and see if the Bitcoin from Coinbase has come in yet. Do. Not quite. Now I could check. Deposit and withdrawal history. Deposits. Huh. Eek. It's not even showing yet. Where the heck is it? Starting to get worried. It's not even pending yet. All right, well, it may be busy tonight, right? So I won't fret. All right, so let's go over to Ledger and see what's going on with that Tyrion, if anything. Did it come in? No. Not yet, right? Oh, is today the 8th? Oh no, that was April 8th. Oh, today's May. This was last month. Okay, sorry. It should be coming soon, right? We'll just keep an eye on it. It'll come. It's not much, but it'll come. So let's go over to CoinSwitch Pro. Well, of course it's not here yet because they're still waiting for the transaction to verify from Coinbase. Wait a minute. Where did we move? Oh, Crypto.com we sent to Binance, right? So I'm worried, right? I'm freaking out. Where's my Bitcoin? What happened? Let's go to Crypto.com and confirm to make sure that the Bitcoin is on its way. So let's go to Crypto.com. Let's go back here. Bitcoin is empty. Where Bitcoin go? Huh. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Let's go transaction history. Hey, there we go. There's a little clock up in the top. Right? So there it is. Withdraw pending. Right? And there's the address. Let's go back over to Binance. Let's go to, where is it? Balance. Yeah, BTC. Let's hit deposit. Let's make sure those addresses match. I can show you my phone, right? 1MP6Z, 1AZ, blah, 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 TE6X. All right. So if you're freaking out, where's my Bitcoin? Just verify the source, right? It's coming from crypto.com and it's still pending, right? It's a busy night. Exchanges take longer than blockchain. Blockchain to blockchain is only limited by the blockchain. Exchanges have their own internal process stuff going on, right? The server might be overloaded. They've got to like clear things, liquidate, liquidity, whatever. Sometimes it takes a while for an exchange transaction. So just be patient, right? I get a lot of people in the comments that are, hey, I sent Bitcoin from here to here. It hasn't arrived yet. What's going on? Help me, help me. And then I always ask them, how long ago did you send it? And they'll be like, 20 minutes. And I'm like, well, then wait. Just wait. It'll get there. Don't freak out. But then other times I'll go, well, how long has it been? And they'll say 3 days. And I'm like, now we got an issue. But anyway, so we'll wait on that. Let's check over here. Okay. And everything's pending right now, right? We're just waiting for the Trezor. Hey, it's already there. See, Trezor happened quick. The Cash App went, where's the balance? Oh, it just shows up here, right? So there's 49.27, and we can see 2 minutes ago that 0.00498 396 Bitcoin came in. That's pretty good. Why don't we move it again, right? Let's move it from Trezor to our Ledger Live. So Bitcoin native SegWit. Let's see if Trezor can handle a native SegWit address. So I'll hit receive, continue. I'll tell them my device isn't connected. It's not because the Trezor's connected. But I'm trusting Ledger Live right now. Let's go back over here. Let's do send. Here's the address. Paste. Right, there it is. BC1. And it's going to take it. It starts with a BC1. That means it's a native SegWit address, right? Hit that. Max it out. We'll send it. Oh, Binance just confirmed the... All right. All right, now it wants me to confirm. I better hurry, too, because these things... I'm going to confirm that I'm sending that. There, I'm signing it. I'm signing the private key right there. I'm using my private keys to sign the transaction. Hold to continue. Okay. You missed it, right? It like the circle went around. Boom. Transaction signed. Sorry, I got out of focus there. And this camera isn't great for the Trezor because it's like vertical instead of horizontal. All right. But there we go. We just sent some Bitcoin. Why would I do such a thing, right? Why would I send Bitcoin? Okay, here we go. We got all kinds of stuff happening here. All right, so the Cash App withdrawal, which we knew about, right? That one made it. So the Cash App alerted me that my was on the blockchain. That's the Bitcoin that came into the Trezor, right? So we knew that. So we're happy with that. But I also got an email from Binance. Or did I? Deposit confirmed, right? You just received 0.0047 Bitcoin. All right, let's see what we got. Let's go back over to Binance. Where were we here? There it is. Boom, we got it. Right, so we withdrew the Bitcoin from Coinbase.com into our Binance account. We withdrew from the Cash App into our Trezor, and then we moved it from the Trezor into our Ledger. I just did that because so you could see me moving Bitcoin around, right? And I don't usually keep that much in my Trezor. Let's see if the Bitcoin comes in here. Yeah, see, it moved really quick from Trezor to Ledger, right? So I just moved Bitcoin, and now it's only like $42 worth, $47.67. So I think I lost a little bit. I think the main amount was from Crypto.com, their withdrawal fee. The fee on the blockchain from the Trezor to the Ledger was negligible. It's like a few cents, maybe 5, 10 cents. I'm not sure. All right. But you also have to take into account that the price of Bitcoin is fluctuating too. So, but we know that it was 49 something, or no, it was 0.005 when we bought it, right, on Crypto.com. So now it's 0.004861. So we did lose a little bit when we moved it around. But now it's safe, right? Now we control the private key. All right, let me take a look at what you guys are asking me. I'm sorry I'm like going off on tangents today. Come back to Trezor demo. You know what? Now that I'm here, if it's a crypto scam, why are you on a crypto live stream? Oh, did someone say crypto's a scam? Oh, Hex. Hex is a scam. I'll admit that. Yeah, Hex. Ugh, Hex. I am updating the firmware on my Ledger Nano using Ledger Live. The Nano says update with an underlined arrow. Do I need to continue waiting? Is the update in process? Generally, Ledger Live will tell you if you need to press a button or something like that. I think it should be okay. You might need to click both buttons on that Ledger Nano S where it says update. Yeah, I think if there's a check mark next to the word, then you need to confirm with both buttons. I hope that wasn't too far from what you were doing, Antonio. So yeah, when you see a word on your screen with a check mark, that means hit both buttons. Or you can move to the next screen and reject it. But yeah, you want to update it. Let's play with Tron now. Oh. Yeah, don't El Hexicon, the super scam, and look at his top 5 on markup. Okay, so let's play with Tron now. I'm kind of pissed off at Tron. Right, so let's go. I took the Tron out, right, because it wasn't. It was showing me a 0 balance, and then when I tried to add it, then it was showing. It wasn't even seeing the old account. It was just telling me I wanted to add a new account. And you guys watched me do that last week too. So I'm going to enter the PIN on my Ledger device. Let's go with the granddaddy of them all, right? This is my go-to wallet. All right. And I'll use this camera over here. All right. See, it works well with the Ledger. All right. So we're going to mess with Tron, right? I believe I've got the Tron app on here. Yes, I do. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do add account, and we'll choose Tron. Mind you, I already have Tron on here. I had a Tron account on here previously. But after I deleted it, the Ledger, and now Ledger's saying, okay, go into Tron. Okay. Let's hit both buttons. Application is ready. All right, so I should just be patient. Now it should find 2 accounts. It should find a previous account and offer me a new account, right? And earlier it wasn't doing that. So I'm like a little like flustered with Tron. Tron's always, the thing that bothers me about Tron is that they're constantly updating it without really explaining what they're doing. Like they're always changing the Tron scan and this and that, and it's like in the US when software, whoops, see? What's that all about? All right, I don't even know if I should do this or not. Whatever. I'm just going to keep trying. No. It's not going to happen. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, this Tron, man, so frustrating. Just like, I don't get it. But I got some tricks. Well, there's some tricks we can try. Like I said, it was frozen. I froze it so that I could, yeah. Ugh, unbelievable. Tron. Okay. Tron network, is that it? Yeah, okay. Let's try the, let's try the Tron scan. And I need to show you this real quick. Sign in, right? I'm going to sign in using my Ledger, right? And I got to like, oh, dear, oh me. Holy cow. Ah, okay. See, it knows that there's 2 different addresses, right? Let me show you what my screen looks like so you can see. Right? Nothing, it's still in the Tron app. Right? So let's hit OK. And now it wants me to verify the address, so I'll just navigate over to the address and then click approve, right? There's that check mark with a word. It means hit both buttons. There. Now we'll sign in. And there's my 24,000 Tron. Good for me. But why is it not showing up in my Ledger? I don't know, right? But I could move it from here somewhere else, right? So it's not like I lost the Tron. But I don't know what's going on with Ledger with Tron. But let's try something, just in case. We're okay with this. I'm okay. I can get into this. Let's hit sign out. I could send it to the new address on the Trezor, but that would be weird. But you'll notice that it showed that there were 2 Tron addresses already that were generated by this device. And Ledger was like acting weird when I tried to add the account. It should find 2 accounts, just like it does with Bitcoin and Ethereum if there's multiple private keys on this thing. But maybe it's because Tron is a new animal, right? They just added the Tron app. So let's confirm. I need to quit Tron, right? I'm in Tron. Let's get out. Let's quit. And I did this earlier. I did it earlier. Now I gotta allow Ledger Manager. Trying to stay calm. Right. Allow Ledger Manager by hitting both buttons. Now let's go ahead and take this Tron off. Right. So we can go to Apps Installed, go down here to Tron, and just hit this little trash can, and let it uninstall Tron. Although I'm thinking the problem is that if it's already generated 2 private keys for Tron on this device, for some reason Ledger doesn't know how to handle 2 previous Tron accounts, right? Maybe. I don't know that they've upgraded Tron today or not, but I'm going to try a fresh copy of the Tron app, see if that helps. All right, so there we go. We got Tron back. Let's hit accounts. Let's go to add account. Let's choose Tron again. Let's hit continue. And it wants me to enter the Tron app. Let's see what happens when it scans. See, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Don't know what that's all about. But like I said, we can sign in with the Tron app, which it's open. Now this thing isn't working. That's all right. We'll get there. Okay. See, it sees, okay, there's one account with 0, and then there's my original account that's got 24,000. So Tron Scan is reading it. All right, I'm going to verify the address on my device. I'm going to click Approve. And then it allows me to sign in using Tron Scan. So the only thing I can say right now, if you're having trouble with your Ledger Tron app, is you can still access those private keys using the Tron Scan website, right? It's on the Tron homepage, just under the Explorer Tron Scan, right? You can still read private keys off your Ledger, and you can send and receive Tron from here. All right. Well, that was fun. So now, okay, what are we going to do with that Bitcoin that's in Binance now? What are we going to do with that? We're going to buy something cool? Do they have Tyrion? Let's see. What are some of the coins I want to buy? I hate to, I'm crazy buying these coins right now because they've run up. Let's see. Do they have Solve? That would be, oh, what was that other one? Let me try this. I just want to check something real quick here. Here we go. Okay, Loki. Let's try. Who wouldn't want to buy Loki coin? Nah, they don't have it. Okay. How about Status? Hey, they got SNT. Let's buy that. All right. Let's hit trade for Bitcoin. SNT for Bitcoin. All right. I'm going to buy SNT. Let's do 100% of the Bitcoin that's available. Let's hit buy. Oh, limit. No! I hate limit orders. I'm just not patient enough for a limit order. Ah, doggone it. Orders. Spot order? Is that a spot order? Yes. Let's cancel this. Let's go back. Sorry, gang. I just can't stand limit orders. They just like drive me up the wall. Let's go to market. So it'll execute right away. Let's do 100%. Let's hit buy. Order fail because I need to take some off for the fees, I guess. Come on. Let's try again. There it goes. I made it. I did it. Yay. All right, so now we can go back over to wallet. All right, now I've got status. All right, whatever, however much it's worth, $46. We're losing all. I'm dealing with small amounts here. Let's withdraw that. Where should we withdraw it to? Well, I've got some on my ledger. All right, there it is. Or no, that's solve. That's not status. There's status. What's this SNT? Yeah. So we do a receive. There's that same Ethereum address we've been dealing with all night, right? Let's do, that's the address. Let's paste it in there. All right. Well, let's max it out. Let's withdraw it. I got to put my Google Authenticator code in there. On my phone, you can see what I'm doing over here. There it is. Whoops. BINANCE 999024. 999024. Binance.com. Boom. All right, they're going to send me an address. They're going to send me an email, pardon me. Where is it? There it is. Withdrawal request, confirm. Go to withdrawal history. Crypto, processing my SNT withdrawal to my ledger. Yeah, we should see that pretty soon. Then that was, the original purchase was April 8th. All right, so I know I haven't been answering all the questions out there. Let me go through everybody, see what you guys are doing. Convert Tron into BAT and avert the karmic baggage. There you go. That's a good suggestion, Scott. Good advice. Very. Bye, Scott. It was great to have you here again. Did you have everything plugged into the computer, or was it Wi-Fi with the Trezor? No, the Trezor was connected. The Trezor and the Ledger X both use the same connector, which is it's a USB-C connector, right? So I had the Trezor connected when we moved it into the Trezor and out of the Trezor, and then after I was done with that, I reconnected the Ledger X. I used this. I have two cables, but one cable is the older. Where is it? One cable is this is the Ledger Nano S connector. That's a micro USB. So, you know, I could get two USB-C cables, but at the moment, right now, within reach, I only have one. This one goes to the back of the computer. So yeah, I was not using Bluetooth on either of those. I don't know that the Trezor works with Bluetooth. The Ledger Nano X does. My wife got me the greatest gift. It's a pressure plate to keeps my tea warm. So when I put the cup on there, the pressure plate turns the heater on, so that last sip is hot. Isn't that great? That's cool. Can I show this to you? I think I can. Let's try. I'm just gonna go crazy here. Oh, there. See it? Oh, isn't that great? Yeah. Pressure plate. So like when the cup comes off, it's off. And then when you put the cup down, right, the light comes back on. Isn't that thing cool? All right, CryptoDad's desk. I'm going to turn this guy off. All right, so let me jump in and see what you guys. We're going to wind it down. It's been a great night. I've been. Can you tell me more details about the Bitcoin halving? Well, the Bitcoin halving, the way Bitcoin is created is by miners. They call them miners. They're not really mining in a cave with pickaxes and lights on their helmet. They're sitting at their computer running complicated mathematical formulas, right? And the way that Bitcoin is created is these miners compete to discover. I think they call that thing a nonce, but they're trying to discover. They're trying to guess a number, right? But it's a really hard number to guess, and they just have to keep trying. They're gonna have to keep trying numbers until they find the right one. It's like a puzzle, right? Can you imagine a 1,000-piece puzzle, and you just, instead of looking at the puzzle, you just kept trying one piece? You know, they gave you 1,000 pieces in a bag, and you just had to keep pulling one piece out at a time to see if it fit somewhere. That's kind of what Bitcoin miners do. And when they discover that number, they're awarded a block. They get to process all the transactions in the block, which is basically just like a group of transactions. All right. Some of the Bitcoin movements that I did tonight are part of a block. But whoever discovers that block gets a reward from Bitcoin, from the Bitcoin network, right? There's no human being that's like waving a magic wand to award Bitcoin. It's a computer program, right? And not every miner is solo, right? It's not like each miner is competing. There's blocks of miners. They call them pools, and they work together to discover the next block, because it's not easy. And then if the mining pool discovers a block, they split the rewards among all the miners that are contributing their power to that pool, right? Now, when they get awarded that Bitcoin, I think it's like 13 Bitcoin right now, whatever it is, 13.5. And then at some point, oh, and then that SNT just came in. At some point during the life of Bitcoin, there's what's called a halving, where that reward gets cut in half. And that happens periodically according to a certain block number, but you can sort of time them. So there have been 2 halvings in the history of Bitcoin. Like 2010? I don't know. 2008? No, I can't remember. But the last one was 2016. And this new one coming up, which will, according to calculations, will occur on May 12th of this year, the reward will be cut in half again, from 13.5 to 6.25 Bitcoin, which means that there'll be less Bitcoin coming into this world. And so Bitcoin will become more scarce. And when things get more scarce, their value goes up. Historically, when Bitcoin was halved, within the year or two of the halving, the price of Bitcoin went higher. We all remember back in 2017. So the Bitcoin halved in 2016, and then by the end of 2017, Bitcoin's price had multiplied by like 20-fold, right? So the anticipation is that will happen again. We don't know that will happen again. It might not, right? Bitcoin could dump after the halving. Or, after 2 years, Bitcoin could blow up or whatever. But historically, Bitcoin has increased in value after halving events. And there's one coming on May 12th. So a lot of people talking about it. And with that, I'm going to sign off, guys. And yes, please don't let yourself get scammed. Anybody that's telling you they're giving away Bitcoin is probably lying, right? I don't do contests. I swear, I saw a YouTube video in my list that said 5,000 BTC giveaway. Do you know how much 5,000 BTCs is? $50 million. So that guy was giving away $50 million worth of Bitcoin on his YouTube stream? I don't think so. Right? Please don't get scammed by people. They start off with telling you that you're going to get something for free or you're going to get rich, and then they're telling you to write them a check. Right? Oh, you know, it's a sure thing, but we need you to write us a check first. Please don't get scammed. Please don't send your Bitcoin to anybody. Please don't give anyone your Bitcoin recovery phrase to your wallets. Don't pay hackers to recover lost Bitcoin. That's a scam too. They'll just take your money and you'll never see your Bitcoin again. Right? So please stay safe out there, people. Stay healthy, exercise, eat right, get fresh air, do all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. I hope you guys are well and prosperous. And my advice is to try to get your hands on some Bitcoin. But don't spend money you can't afford to lose. All right, so don't forget, we do this every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me for my live Q&A from Michigan, where you can throw out questions, and I'll do my very best to get them answered. Hope to see you there. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Pardon me. Once again, thanks for joining me, and hope to see you again soon. See you next time, Rocky, Giuseppe, and Juan. Thank you. If I can get this thing.